Hello dear students, and in today's lecture we are going to discuss about some next topics from chapter number 13, AC circuits. Now the next topic in this chapter is the LC oscillations. L means inductor, C means capacitor. How the inductor and capacitor are connected? They are connected parallel to each other. So inductor L and capacitor C are connected in parallel with each other. This is the parallel combination of the capacitor and the inductor. Now the switch is open. Initially what we consider, the capacitor consider as a fully charged. So charged means the positive charges are developed on one plate, while the negative charges are developed on other plate. What happens if you close the switch? In case of a closed switch, what will happen to the circuit? If you switch on the switch, in that case, these all charges which having the electrostatic energy, that energy will start converted into the electric current, and that current will flow towards the inductor coil, and across the inductor coil, as soon as the current will start flowing through the inductor, that converts into the magnetic field across the inductor coil. So current is passing through the inductor, which produces the magnetic field across the inductor coil. This magnetic field is continuously changing because the capacitor starts discharging through the inductor. As soon as the conductor starts discharging, the current will flow through the inductor, which produces the magnetic field. That magnetic field is the varying magnetic field, changing magnetic field, that produces the induced EMF in the inductor coil, and that induced EMF will flow in the exactly opposite direction. Induced current will flow through the exactly reverse direction, because we call the induced EMF as a back EMF, because that induced EMF will flow in the opposite direction. The capacitor will discharge completely through the inductor, which produces the electrostatic energy completely into the magnetic field, and that magnetic field produces the induced EMF or induced current in the across the inductor coil, which will flow exactly in the opposite direction. Again, in the next case, the capacitor will start charging. Again the capacitor will start charging. Again the capacitor will get completely fully charged through the current flowing through the capacitor. Again the same procedure will happen. Again the capacitor will discharge through the inductor coil. Again inductor will get converted the electrostatic energy into magnetic field. Again that magnetic field produces the induced EMF, that is a back EMF, which produces the induced current will flow in the opposite direction. So this process continuously take place, continuously going on, and this is called LC oscillations. What is the oscillations? If you consider the example of the simple pendulum, then if you release the simple pendulum from one end, then that will start oscillating. In this case also we have the same type of the oscillations, where the capacitor is initially completely charged. That electrostatic energy is converted into the magnetic field across the inductor coil. Again the inductor coil, there is a production of the induced EMF across the inductor coil, which again converted into the induced current will flow in the opposite direction, and the capacitor again will get charged. So this is called LC oscillations. So this is also the one important topic for the 2 marks. Now the next topic is resonant circuits. What is the resonant circuit? What is the resonant circuit? What is resonance? If when the frequency of the AC is gradually changed to a certain frequency, at that particular frequency, impedance of the circuit becomes maximum or minimum. When we are changing the AC frequency of the alternating current source, frequency of the AC to a certain value, at particular frequency, the resonance at particular frequency, the impedance of the circuit becomes maximum or minimum. That particular situation is called resonance, where the impedance of the circuit becomes maximum or minimum. This is called resonance of the circuit, and the circuit is called resonant circuit. Then when in 2 different cases we can discuss about the resonance of the circuit, when the LCR are connected in series or the LCR are connected in parallel. In the first case, when LCR connected in series, how they are connected? L means the inductor, C means the capacitor, and R means the resistor. All these 3 are connected to AC source, capacitor, inductor, and resistor. This is called resonance circuit. This is called LCR circuit. And what is the EMF of the applied AC source? It is E naught sine omega t. The applied EMF is AC EMF is nothing but E naught sine omega t. Now how we can derive the value of the resonance in this circuit? What is the value of E, that is applied EMF? It is given by IZ. What is the Z? Z is called impedance of the circuit. What is the value of this impedance in the circuit? The value of impedance is given by E is equal to I under root R square plus XL minus XC bracket square. So we got the value E upon I is equals to under root R square plus XL minus XC bracket square, where Z is nothing but the impedance of the circuit. Now what is the resonance condition? If the frequency of the applied EMF is adjusted so that at particular frequency, XL becomes equals to XC. We change the frequency of the applied EMF in such a way that at particular frequency, XL means the reactance, inductive reactance becomes equals to capacitive reactance. At that particular frequency, what will happen? So XL is equals to XC. If you put it in this equation of the above, that is the equation of impedance, because Z is equals to E upon I. So here we can write Z is equals to E upon I. Then the equation for the impedance becomes Z is equals to under root R square, because XL and XC are same. So XL minus XC becomes 0. Remaining term becomes Z is equals to R. When at particular frequency XL becomes equals to XC, the AC circuit behaves like a pure resistive circuit or pure resistance circuit, because only in the impedance the resistance is the term only present, otherwise XL and XC are neglected. In this case, the current in the circuit becomes maximum. Current becomes maximum and impedance becomes minimum, because out of the three factors in the impedance, only one factor is remaining, other two factors are neglected. Therefore, this is called minimum impedance circuit, and it is also called as maximum current in the circuit. Current in the circuit is maximum, impedance in the circuit is minimum. So this is the condition of resonance of the circuit. Now, how we can plot the graph of current with respect to frequency? Initially, the frequency we are increasing with increasing the value of current at a particular frequency, that is called resonance frequency. At resonance frequency, the value of current becomes maximum. At resonance frequency, the value of current becomes maximum. This is called resonance frequency. What is the resonance? Resonance is the condition at particular frequency the impedance of the circuit becomes minimum, means the current in the circuit becomes maximum. So this is the first condition. Now we can derive the value of this resonant frequency from the given information. So what is the condition for the resonance? The condition for the resonance is XL is equals to XC. XL is equals to XC. If you put it the values of inductive reactance and capacitive reactance, then what we have, the value of XL is omega L and that of the omega C is omega C. So what will happen? We have to find the value of resonant frequency. Then if you put it the values of, okay, so send the omega to the left side. Omega square is equal to 1 upon LC. Take the square root, omega is equal to 1 by under root LC. What is omega? Omega is nothing but 2 pi f. 2 pi f. Here the f is the frequency, is the resonant frequency. So instead of f we can write Fr is equals to 1 divided by under root LC. So how we can write the equation for the resonant frequency? Resonant frequency becomes 1 by 2 pi under root LC. This is the particular frequency. That frequency is called resonant frequency, where the impedance of the circuit becomes minimum. It means that the current flowing through the circuit becomes maximum. Okay, up to this point we can take, till this topic we can take few numericals based on the topics. I'll take one numerical which is completely based on the given topic. So what is the numerical? So you can write down or you can take the screenshot and you can make it fair in your notebook afterwards. So what is the numerical actually? A coil of 200 turns actually 2000 turns, each of area 0.02 meters square, each of area 0.02 meters square is kept in a uniform field of magnetic induction, is kept in a uniform field of magnetic induction uniform field of magnetic induction 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 Tesla. So magnetic induction B is given here. If coil rotates with the speed of if the coil rotates with a speed of, what is the speed of the rotation? 1200 rpm. So the frequency of the revolution is given and perpendicular to the magnetic induction. Rotations are perpendicular to the magnetic induction, means to the magnetic field. Perpendicular to the magnetic induction. Calculate the peak value calculate the peak value of the EMF. Peak value what would be the peak value of the EMF? We already know the equation for magnetic induction. Okay, first of all, what are the given terms? Number of turns are given as a 2000 turns or 2000 only. Each of area is given 0.02 meters square. Then kept in uniform magnetic induction, B is given as a 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 Tesla. If the coil rotates with the frequency is given 1200 rpm. How would one can convert it into the RPS? To convert it into the RPS, divide the number by 60. So 20 RPS. The value of the frequency is given as 20 RPS. Now what is the equation for maximum value of peak value of EMF? The value of EMF is E0 is equal to NAB omega. Actually here NAB omega sin omega t is the actual equation, but the angle here perpendicular means 90, so sin 90 becomes 1, so the formula is only NAB omega. What is the value of the omega? We can write the formula for omega as a 2 pi f. In the previous topic I have shown you how the value of omega becomes. Actually omega means 2 pi upon t, but 1 upon t is the frequency f. So we can write the formula NAB 2 pi f. Put the values of the given terms. What will happen? Number of turns 2000. Area is 0.02. Magnetic induction is 4 into 10 raised to minus 2. Pi 3.14 and the frequency is 20. So the comparatively the numerical is quite easy one. If you put it the values, then what will happen? $40 160 into 3.14 into 10 raised to minus 2. This is the value. If you multiply the 4 by 16, then again the next value would be 64 into 3.14. Actually, minus 2, 0, 0 will cancel. So, 2 zeros will be cancelled to the 10 raised to minus 2. And 16 fours are 64 into 3.14. If you solve this value, then the answer will be, answer is 201.1. What is the unit of the induced unit of the EMF? The value of the EMF is, unit is the volt. So volt is the unit, capital V. So this is the numerical, comparatively quite easy one. The numericals, the values are directly given. The formula is very clear. Only the change in the formula is we have to put the value of omega. That omega is nothing but angular velocity. Actually it is 2 pi upon t, but the reciprocal, that is 1 upon t, is f. So instead of writing omega, we can write 2 pi f. F is the frequency. The terms which are given here are already in the SI units. Only the change here is the frequency. The frequency is given, it is not in the SI unit, actually it is in the RPM, rotation per minute. We have to convert this value into RPS. So we divide the number of the frequency by 60. So now the value of the frequency is 20 RPS. The formula is NAB omega. So NAB 2 pi f. If we put it the values of the all, then finally we got the value 201.1 volt.